Silverthorne off the boards, gets the break, goes with him. Silverthorne puts it onto the back post. Zajac puts it into the back post, and it goes forward from Macaulay Haywood, having the right hand over the top, throwing it in, and Miller's going toe to toe, and he's got 3 or 4 headshots and then drags him down. Still has it. Zabo being sort of marked out the game by Tom, and the shot comes from forward now. Babrea with plans. Babrea walks in, shoots,
and he picks up his own rebound and
Zabo, and he's not happy about that. It was a late hit to hit from behind, and you see the players. Good evening and welcome to Icing Tonight on Made in Birmingham. My name's Paul Shuttleworth and Icing Tonight covers all the action of the Telford Tigers here at the Telford Ice Rink. Tonight they take on the Guildford Flames, but first have a look how they got on last weekend when they took on the Peterborough Phantoms. Looking for the first period action, referee Clarkman lifts his hand and drops the puck. Peterborough win the draw, comes back to neutral ice, sent forward to Levers in the centre, fires the puck with the first shot on net going straight towards Andre Rusker. He stops it, feeds it out, and Rick Plant feeds it up from the right. You've got Kalina, Silverthorne and Plant on the first line, which is another adjustment because Plant played centre last week. He's on the wing now with Jason Silverthorne in the centre of that first line. Silverthorne sends the puck around the boards. Plant banks it off the boards in front of the bench, and it's Kalina that skates after the puck, but backhanded out to Plaskauskas from Peterborough, who turns up ice. Curls round. Suddenly, paddle deck it was. Now, Peterborough set up, head behind the net. Stefanek sends it round the boards. Robson will lunge forward at it, but Doug Clarkson tries to trap it in front of the Peterborough bench. Comes out to neutral ice. Fed through to the right side. Stefanek reaches for it, but
he would have gone offside there if he'd stepped in.
It's Weldon that was sort of pushing and shoving on the boards. There, the first goal! Satek, Michael Satek cuts in front of the net on the backhand and pops it in. Oakford and Davis. And you know, we were mentioning at the start of the game when we had a chat to Michael Satek about joining Telford here and how that chemistry has worked well with Davis. There you go, first goal, 1 minute and 3 seconds in.
Oh, what a start for the Tigers. We haven't seen them come out with a start lineup for a long, long time.
1-0 the score in favour of the Telford Tigers. Weldon wins the draw, goes back to Ferrara. Cross-ice pass. And something that I've noticed about Weaver and Zajac now is they switch sides. They don't always play the same side. And what that does is it makes it much more difficult for the other team to know who they're facing.
It's interesting they're on the same line when they're out there because one's from Newcastle and one's from Sunderland.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way they can understand each other, isn't it?
Oh, now come on. Come on.
Regionalise those accents. And a goal! And that was a poke check shot.
It's given, yes, it is given.
I think Rashka was fairly confident it was under his pads, closed up over the puck, and it must have just trickled through because referee Clarkman, right on the goal line, points it out. And a very scrappy goal on 4 minutes and 40 seconds for Peterborough, bringing it back to 1-1. And Plaskauskas looks like he's got his scores on the doors, as it were. But now, 1-1 the score. We're just waiting for the clock to be updated. See, the danger of putting a shot of the clock on is they don't update it in time. We have no control over that. There it is now.
It's all the way back to Ozins.
Ozins doesn't seem as confident as he normally does on the puck. No. He's making the save, but then he sort of seems unsure where the puck's ended up.
He had a split second indecisiveness there, didn't you notice? Yeah.
And I mean, that's something that, I mean, he's had outstanding games.
Oakford.
Shoots from the point, takes a deflection, and it was Hill, and it dropped down to Davis. It was Davis that put the puck in the back of the net. Hill got the opportunity, it was bobbling around, there was a loose puck there for Davis, and he just takes the opportunity and pops it in. It was Sam Oakford on the point that set up the play and cleared it out down the ice. But now the Telford Tigers go up to 2-1, time of goal 8 minutes and 13 seconds here at the Telford Ice Rink. And these, you don't see these goals coming. That's it. You haven't got a sort of break, pass, shoot. It's very scrappy in the end zones in both directions so far, Alan.
It was a bit pinbally there, and we had a good line of vision that was directly landed as it came out. Sanek just picked it up.
Now, getting physical in the corners there with Warren Tate. Puck comes up to neutral ice. Zajac sends the puck back. And I tell you what, I'm loving how vocal the Telford fans are tonight. Zajac off to Kalina, down the right side, into the corner. passes in front and a shot from Silverthorne, fires it into the back of the net. Jason Silverthorne puts the Telford Tigers up to 3-1 on 11 minutes and 56 seconds. It was Silverthorne the scorer. The play was generated into the corner, back passed out by Kalina, took it beautifully in the slot, fired it home for goal number 3 for the Telford Tigers. 11 minutes and 56 seconds time of goal. Even-handed goal scored by Silverthorne, assisted by Kalina. And now this is worrying for Peterborough.
Well, absolutely. I mean, how long is it since we've seen a score? We've seen 4 goals in the first period.
First time this season,
Yep,
without a doubt. Silverthorne picks up the puck. Lays it off to Weaver, gets it back on a give and go. He comes screaming forward, hits the blue line, curls inside, gets in front, taps it, and the rebound picked up by Davis. Silverthorne generating the play, drives through, hits the goal line, drives in, trickles it towards Ozins. He makes the save. The puck drifts out. Plant comes screaming into a high slot area, picks up the loose puck and drops it over Ozins' pants into the back of the net for Telford to get goal number 4 at 23 minutes and 2 seconds. 3 minutes and 2 seconds into the period, and Telford increased the lead, Alan.
Well, Jason Silverthorne went down there at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He curled round.
Puck goes in and drops.
He just had no strength left, but Plant was there to finish it off.
Hill drives forward down the left side. Ozins plays out and challenges Silverthorne, and the net, technically, you're empty on a short-handed play. And now Griffiths picks up the puck.
Ozins hasn't got a stick. He's now being handed it back.
Shot and goal!
Beautiful goal!
A short-handed goal from the Peterborough Phantoms. I think it was Blaskauskas that put it in the back of the net, but they drove down on the right side. The pass comes across, and you see now the Telford Tigers concede a short-handed goal on 29 minutes and 26 seconds, which will really lift the Peterborough bench, Alan.
Absolutely, to get a short-handed goal against the run of play is fantastic. We normally see the Tigers do that. That will absolutely infuriate Tom Watkins on a game where it's 4-1 with a power play to concede a goal there. Let's see, confirm who the scorer was.
I'm pretty sure it was Blaskauskas.
Who's it? Look, who's in? Oh, what's he doing?
He's faking it. He's now stick handling around the back of the net. And Silverthorne's narrowing the angle down, so potentially now in front. Bucks loose, he drops in the net! Weaver and Silverthorne in front of the net area. And quite frankly, that's Ozins' comeuppance for that sort of stick handling behind the net. You can see the fans stood next to him banging on the glass.
Well, and he's just stuck his leg out at
Kalina.
Tried to trip Kalina up there, yeah.
He's really getting frustrated now. And he's going to have to be careful. So
Kalina was skating
now,
past the nose and
the referee has called Kalina back.
Kalina's telling him what happened there.
Yeah.
Let's just hear who was credited with that Tigers goal.
Yeah,
it was
either Weaver or Silverthorne. It was Silverthorne that created the play, whether it deflected off Ozin straight into the net or whether Weaver got a piece of it. Here we go. It's Jason Silverthorne. So Silverthorne generated the play, 5-2 the scoreline now, 32 minutes and 22 seconds played.
Silverthorne's second of the night, and they call him Captain Marvel, Captain Fantastic. He gets a lot of adulation on social media. It's an affordability that Tom had. Is that a word, affordability?
Yes, it is.
It's an affordability that Tom Watkins is lucky to have here at Telford. He's got a full bench, and he plays all of the benches we're seeing now. And Clarkson bangs one in, right from the face-off!
Off the draw, it was one back. Clarkson winds up and just fires it in. Look at Ozin's face as he sits freeze frame just on the ice there as the puck went past him, straight over his shoulder, and Doug Clarkson puts himself on the clock. 6-2 the scoreline. Time of goal, 37 minutes and 44 seconds.
Well, let me just tell you here, I could never, in a million years, have predicted this score.
No way.
Towards the end of the second period, I thought this was going to be a much closer game.
Well, they're picking up 3 goals a period, the Tigers at the moment.
Good entertainment, but who would have said it? Who would have said it?
Both periods have gone 3-1 so far. Weldon, Ryan's on Stefanik.
Who do you pick as man of the match? And there you go, put you on the spot.
What, for Peterborough?
For Peterborough.
Weldon's had a good game. Griffiths has had a good game. Oh, and a shot and a goal!
Stepanek.
The first save was made by Raska. It dropped to the feet of Stepanek, just scooped it up, put it in the back of the net, and that puts Peterborough on 6-3, the time of the goal. 57 minutes and 36 seconds. You've got a lot of work to do to make up 3 goals in a couple of minutes, but it just goes to show Telford relax and don't man-to-man mark in their own end for a couple of minutes. And there's somebody on the back post. The deflection from the save from Raska dropped to his feet, popped it in the back of the net. So that was a great win for the Tigers against the Peterborough Phantoms. Tonight they take on the Guildford Flames. We'll have all the action for you straight after the break. Welcome back to Icing Tonight. The Telford Tigers taking on the Guildford Flames. We welcome Warren Tate to the Tigers squad. So how are you finding it so far?
It's been good. It's obviously been a good start to the year. Obviously, we find ourselves in first place. Couldn't think of anywhere better to be. So hopefully we can carry it on forward.
And there's very few positions you haven't played.
No, I think the only one I've not played is goalie, which I'm actually hoping I don't play. But, you know, you never know.
Warren Tate, one of the new additions to the Telford Tigers, a very versatile player, playing both in defence and forward for the Tigers, and he seems to have fitted in really well on this season.
He has. He gelled straight away when he came to the club, you know, and as you say, playing forward and defence, it's a great utility for Tom to have at his disposal.
Now, looking at the Guildford lineup, I noticed coach Paul Dixon is not icing tonight. He's coaching from the bench. Now, we did have a chat with him at the end of last season. He did say that they seemed to play better when he was on the bench. And that's important for a coach, isn't it, to be able to organise his squad in front of him.
It is. If we go back with the Tigers here, remember, Tom Watkins was a player coach.
Yeah.
And he decided to cease the playing side of it. And, you know, things got a little bit better. It's too difficult, I think, to be a player coach, to run the team and play yourself. It's just too much work.
Any predictions for tonight's result?
It's a midweek game, you know, they always throw up surprises, but the form that the Tigers are on at the moment, I'd have to go with the Tigers.
Let's take a look at the first period action. So the first 5 starting out tonight, another tweak of the lines. Silverthorne takes the centre, Kalina and Plant on the wings, and Weaver and Zajac line up in D. Referee Matthews drops the puck, Silverthorne wins it, goes back to Zajac. So now, shot from the point, Plant reaches across. Puck nudged forward, goes back in front, Plants in front of the puck. The puck's loose, the defenseman just slides it into the leg pads, and you see Kalina putting a bit of pressure on there, trying to free the puck up and forcing it in towards the netminder. Now, Satek picks the puck up on the boards. Tries to cycle it back down into the corner. Davis looks up, looks for Clarkson. Satek and Clarkson switch around the back. Quite a physical play going end to end there. Just in the corner there, battling away for the puck. A nudge forward from the Flames.
Look at Oakford spinning around there.
Shot comes in, the puck's loose at the feet, and you see Davis get shoved out of the way by the defenseman there. It was Jez London that shoved him out of the way, and already tempers are flaring up a bit. Big Dougie Clarkson head and shoulders above the rest of the players, but then of course on the contrary, Matty Davis, quite a small guy, stood on the back post, and you saw London launch him away from the crease area. And now up to the point. Deflected down. Raska just deflects the board away.
McKinney and Scott, of course, very good friends off the ice, played on a few clubs together, but it all changes when the puck drops, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a relentless 2 or 3 minutes from the Tigers.
Absolutely. Now, once again, Clarkson tries to keep it in, but this time it's being carried out by Phillips. Shoots! Raska makes the save. Deflection comes out. Phillips backhands back across.
And as Eriksson gets the final touch on it there, he was going for the tap in, but Raska was down on it. Say a quick hello.
Corral lines up for the draw with Tate.
I'm just going to say a quick hello to your friend and my friend, referees in partnership, Richard Marshall, who's listening from his caravan awning in sunny Wales.
His caravan awning?
Caravan awning.
How very lovely.
In
right.
October.
Corral walks in, fakes. A beautiful fake, he shoots and scores. He took the puck into the slot. You saw him set up the shot. I thought he was going to let the slap shot go, but what happened was he faked it, pulled inside, taked it between the D-men, and then just slowly trickled it over the line and did the job. So it was 4-on-4, so neither penalty will cancel out, as we're even-handed when the Guildford Flames take the first goal of the night, timed at 10 minutes and 19 seconds. First goal of the night from the Guildford Flames.
I've got to say, Paul, that was coming because the Guildford Flames have had the edge since they had that power play.
Yeah, it was Corral that took it through, faked the first shot, tipped it through, got closer in on the netminder, and then just walked it into the back of the net to start the Guildford Flames 1-0 up against the Telford Tigers. Scored at 10 minutes and 19 seconds. So back to 4-on-4 for the next 31 seconds, and then the Flames get the power play.
Telford are falling foul of this too many men on the ice on too many occasions. It's happening 2 or 3 times a game. And it's
Danny Rose pushes forward, gives it to Davis. Clarkson skating up the left side. Puck sent into the end zone. You saw Muslonka just get a bit of a touch on it now. Clarkson puts it across the slot, but held up well as Satic comes through. Oakford makes a shot from the point, and it's held onto there by the netminder. So Guildford win the draw. Backhanded back, Ericsson round the corner, picked up by Campbell. Just banked off the boards, got nowhere to go, so Danny Rose picks it up on the halfway line. D-to-D pass to Sam Oakford. Oakford looks for the stretch pass, it gets a bit of Campbell's stick, but Davis reaches for it. And now Guildford. Corral just drops it back into his own end, so Guildford Flames got the power play now, just setting up the play. They've got Corral on the stretch pass. Campbell carries it through, drives hard down the right side. You see Corral just sort of hovering around the back of the net, picks up the puck up to the point. London's got all the time in the world, but then Plant comes out to force the play. Ericsson, London, Ericsson. Across to the backside, Campbell.
Oh,
shoots.
what a beautiful
And
goal!
I don't know whether that had a piece of the post or whether it went straight in, but it was Campbell with a power play goal for the Guildford Flames, and that was scored on 12 minutes and 37 seconds, and that puts Guildford Flames 2-0 up. 48, Campbell was the scorer. Assists on that from Corral, and now the Telford Tigers are playing catch-up, Alan.
Well, yes, indeed. I'm just looking over at the bench. I can see Tom Watkins crouching down, scribbling notes down on his pad. We normally see him sort of cool, calm and collected, but he's realised it's not all going his way tonight.
Off the draw. Tate.
Well deserved by Guildford.
Yeah, Guildford.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they executed that power play really well. Into the slot. Plant nudges at the puck. Comes out to neutralise, sent back in by Oakford, but unfortunately Silverthorne and Plant were both offside. They clear the zone, Kalina goes in, forcing the Flames under pressure, back to 5-on-5, even strength. And the puck just behind the net now, passed out to the forward skating Hemmings for the Flames. Campbell skates down, he'll get there first. Oakford angles him out towards the boards. Gets shoved over Silverthorne, who was on the ice. Shot comes in. Guildford looking much more organised in that end zone at the moment.
Absolutely.
Myers keeps the puck in. Only gets as far as Hemmings, bobbles up in the air. You see a high stick coming up from 24, but it'll only go against him if he gets to the puck and it goes to one of his own players, which it doesn't, so we play on. Phillips drives forward for the Flames, hits the blue line.
The Flames are looking more comfortable on their attacks at the moment.
Plant collects the puck. Banks it off the board, Silverthorne. Off the boards up to Satic. He skates in, Silverthorne takes the line change. Satic puts it down, but now you've got Davis. And Satic getting the pressure on, it goes behind the net. Phillips for the Flames, out to London, up ice. Takes a knock on from Hemmings. Deflects down, Dan Scott gets there first. Gets a piece of it, loses footing as he goes into the corner. Hemmings comes out to the point, London shoots, well, saves made, and the rebound comes out to Satic, Allen.
It's just as well nobody was there because that rebound came out right into the high slot. And there's
a penalty.
On Clarkson, it'll be, I think, for holding.
Finishing the hit as well, but Guildford are allowed to play on. McKinney backhands it into the end zone, loses footing on the halfway line. And you're right, Doug Clarkson picks up a minor, but now what he can't do is chirp because then he'll get an additional. It's a minor penalty for roughing against Doug Clarkson wearing number 93. Time of penalty, 15 minutes and 12 seconds. Netminder comes out and plays it off the boards.
I was going to say the Tiger supporters seem to have come to a bit of life now to try and G them up a bit. See if we can
Rose
get one back.
keeps the puck in. Kalina out as far as I think it was Hemming. No, it was Masloska. Rose out on the left wing to Satek. Carries the puck forward. Dumps it in. Kalina goes skating in. 40 seconds remaining on period 1. Into the corner. And he's seeing a lot of stick action coming. The puck comes in front and you see it gets held onto there by Casella between the pipes.
But no, the Flames have done exactly everything as they needed to. They've executed their power play as well. They've marked when they've been short-handed brilliantly.
Yeah.
And they're just closing the door.
Shoots! Into
Tigers
the body of the
piling it on in
netminder.
his last 10 seconds now. As Danny Rose picks it up. Across to Oakford. That'll wind down the period.
Oakford passes forward. McEwen skates in. 4 seconds ticking by on the clock. And at the end of the first period, the Guildford Flames 2, Telford Tigers 0. So as we look at the first period then, Alan, the score 2-0 in favour of the Guildford Flames. I think Guildford looking much more organised, particularly both teams got a couple of power plays, but it was Guildford that seemed to structure that attack with the extra guy to much better avail.
That's absolutely right. They've played it by the textbook. They've been clinical. They've set up when they've been short-handed, they've set up their box to defend very, very well. And when they've attacked on a power play, they've set it up in the end and they've worked the puck round and they've got a couple of goals from it.
Absolutely. So what will Tom be saying to his guys in the break there?
Well, I probably couldn't repeat on TV what it's going to be saying to them. But I'd imagine it's time to remove their fingers from somewhere where their fingers shouldn't be, because that was terrible for a team, as I said before, for a team that's top of the league by 3 points. A performance like that is just not good enough.
We're set up for the second period. Matthews raises his arm into the air, but then Phillips comes out from the dressing room and skates across as the referee's arm's in the air. So now, here we go as Matthews drops the puck on the second period. And the puck drops. Telford win the draw. Goes back to Weaver. Zajac, and then forward to Kalina. Dumps it corner to corner. Silverton skates in. Gets in there first, puts it across the front. Plant held up there by the incoming Danny Myers, the defenseman there. Guildford get a shot away. Andre Rashka with a catch in mid-save. Puck draw 1. Very well executed by Davis. Rose picks it up, passes out to Satek, but I think a stick came across his arm then. He seemed to grimace as he stepped away from it. It was Andy McKinney in the corner.
Well, I thought that was a good hit, to be honest. That was Kevin Phillips. And he took out...
And now, what's the call? He's hobbling off the ice. It was his knee that it's caught as he went through.
He took out Satek, but it was one of those ones, you know, you see a lot of video footage of these. He went over his back, and it looked like a good hit to me, but Matthews' arm was up
He's
before
called it clipping, which is when you check somebody's knee. Guildford got to be careful with these line changes. Players getting very close to the bench. 45 seconds, Telford's man advantage. Kalina winds up, rocket of a shot.
Oh, my word.
And you saw Casella get his catching mitt to it, but the puck was that powerful, it came through the other side, but didn't drop into the net. It went wide to the net. It was a good save.
And Sammy Zajac piles one in.
Zajac tips it forward. Hill, back to Weaver. Great backhanded swing. Kalina up to Weaver. Weaver fakes. Across to Clarkson, lets the rocket go, deflects, and you see Kalina try and pick it out of the air, but didn't connect with the puck. Weaver keeps it in the end zone, 13 seconds with the man advantage. Weaver to the top of the point, switches to Zajac, skates onto the puck, walks it into the back post, and Clarkson puts it in the back of the net, and a fantastic goal from Clarkson on the back post. Zajac skated through beautifully. Faked the shot, put it onto the back post, set up by Weaver. So the goal time, a power play goal for the Telford Tigers. 22 minutes and 40 seconds of time. Clarkson the scorer, Doug Clarkson. Sam Zajac first assist, and Weaver that gave it to Zajac for the second assist puts the Telford Tigers on the clock. 2-1 the score. 22 minutes and 40 seconds the time, Alan.
Well, I've got to say, if anybody can watch that again on is Made in Birmingham, that was a textbook. That was absolutely beautiful to watch that. We just said the Tigers have got to set up. They did it perfectly. What an absolute
Jones with a good hit.
There's
Off the draw.
Back to Oakford.
Weaver, Plant, Weaver. These are nice crisp passes.
But now look how well
Oakford.
Guildford have set up. They've set it up beautifully to defend. That's all they can do. Mark's
Shot comes across the front. And Clarkson gets on it. He's in that high slot. You saw Davis feed the puck in. Clarkson picks it up with his second power play goal of the night. This one scored on 24 minutes and 56 seconds. Doug Clarkson off a rebound from the netminder, picks it up, pops it in the back of the net for goal number 2. And now it's 2-2 on 24 minutes and 56 seconds with Doug Clarkson's power play goal.
Well, I was talking to Tom before the game. You know, we were speaking about Clarkson's power play goal last week against Peterborough.
Yep.
And he said he's using him because Clarkson's the kind of guy, Tom can go and tell him to produce a Mars bar from the corner of the rink, he'll go and do it. And he's getting his just reward tonight.
Silverthorne walks in, angled out to the wall. Hemmings clears the puck around the wall, and Weaver tries to tip it forward, but McKinney gets it, takes a bit of a dive, to be fair.
Well,
Silverthorne comes out
now.
with it. Kalina leans in. McKinney backhands up to Duggan. Duggan cross ice. Hemmings skates onto it. Cleared up into neutral ice by Sam Zajac. Picked up by Danny Myers. Headman to Campbell. Campbell drives in, walks in, shoots into his top shoulder. Rashka deflects the puck down. Warren Tate picks it up, banks it off the wall. Picked up by Macaulay Hayward. Drives down the right side, lets the shot go
away.
into the body of Casella. Oh, and now that was Corral literally tripped over Macaulay Hayward's skate. Hayward skates off. Silverthorne. Kalina, rocket of a shot just wide to the right of the post, but a beautiful win of the draw by Silverthorne. And then a rocket of a shot by Kalina, just slightly off the target. Now, Telford clear the zone. Corralje up the centre.
Oh, beautiful play.
Offside call.
Well, it was beautiful play
McKinney,
by Eriksson, but it was beautiful play by Eriksson.
It was a better call by Alice Stanley. We'll take that all night. Offside the call. So, yeah, you got the draw when Clarkson comes in and tries to get a bit of wood on that puck.
You had that one in the back of the net there, mate.
Yeah, Clarkson fires it high to the right. But I tell you what, Clarkson's looking well like he's going to clock up another one, isn't he? On this shift alone, Satek. Davis on the backhand shot. Clarkson reaches for it, swings at the puck, it goes round Myers, and it's picked up by Satek, and Davis is cycling. And look at the way Davis and Satek turning the puck, picking up the rebound, putting it through the middle, skate through the slot, out into the corner, pick up the puck, and cycle it around again. Great work rate. Clarkson backhanded down to the corner, and there he is. Davis sends it round the boards, and there he is. Satek picks it up. And then a line change comes in. Weaver picks it up in neutral ice. 35 minutes, 10 seconds gone in this great game of hockey. 2-2 the score. Telford Tigers versus Guildford Flames.
Oh, and Plant takes a spectacular...
Oh, and there's a bit hit on the boards just in front of us there. There's a bit of a pile-on of players. And Weaver's down on his hands and knees. First period belonged to the Guildford Flames. Second to the Telford Tigers. There's still another 3 minutes and 57 seconds left of this period. Off the draw. Tate wins it. Back to Jones. Up to Scott. McEwen turns, but Myers deflects the puck back up. But Dan Scott's work rate gets it down into the corner. Phil Hill sends it around the wall. McEwen picks it up at the back of the net. Tate circling in front. McEwen taken down, but back up and in the corner with the puck. Switches sides. He's walking it in.
Oh, dear me, come on. Guildford.
Whatever Guildford. And then it's in the slot. Hill's battling with it, and he's forced against the wall. And I think that Hill's body was forced out by Sam Waller, which then took the net off, which got the whistle. So we'll have an end zone face-off.
They've let the Tigers get back at them, and they haven't got an answer
when the Tigers backed off them, they executed the play incredibly well. That flinch will end up on the highlights reel, won't it? It's like, here comes the
Just to
puck.
let the viewers know the puck came at us then.
Yeah,
The plexiglass was in the way,
right to my eyes. Had that piece of glass not been there.
Did you jump as well?
Yeah. I had literally jumped right back.
I'm off to the bathroom.
Yeah. Where was that? Let me write that down. 32 minutes on tape 2.
And now the Tigers pressing forward again. We've got Clarkson.
Just goes behind the back of the net. Weaver steps up. And now, Flames battling against the wall. Weaver picks the puck up, sends it back. Rashka knocks the puck on to Zajac. Steps up. Now, Guildford are trapping things up now on their blue line.
But they're letting Sam Zajac skate the full length of the rink. A defenseman is behind the Guildford net now.
Yeah.
And actually Phillips has had the decency to take him out of the game. As Satek gets a shot just above.
And Zajac really down low. Sending the puck on the backhand across corner to Davis. Then takes a line check. He changed. Danny Rose steps out onto the ice for him.
Satek
shoots.
Again.
Rose comes down, takes a deflection, drops to his hands, puts it down, banks it off the wall. Very clever play. Silverthorne onto Davis, backhanded in front. Silverthorne reaches for it. Danny Rose deflects it back down the wall. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. Deflected off the board. Satek battling for the puck against the wall. Satek taken off his feet.
Davis was just away there for the breakaway,
Yeah.
but it didn't get to him. And now that's a giveaway.
Yeah, it's offside though.
Not
He comes
now.
back out.
And
Zajac
again.
on the backhand. Fires it in. Wheels back.
20 seconds left in the period.
Davis looking to hold them up. Gets a touch on the puck. Cross ice. Koralje. Myers. Back to Myers. Big shot from the point. Shoots wide. The rebound. There's a battle for it.
The net's open. No, Raska's got it covered. Phillips turns it round.
And at the end of the period, and a shot straight into Satek, who stands it up at the end of the second period. 2-2 the score.
Satek's doing that. That didn't hurt me. Limp off the ice there, because I think that did.
Yeah, it really hurt.
I think that caught him in a pass.
So that second period, the polar opposite. It's like a negative of the first period, where it was all Telford pressing forward, utilising the power plays, and it was the power plays that made it for them. 2 power play goals, both from Big Doug Clarkson in that slot area, executing that finish very well, Alan.
You can see the roasting that these guys must have got in that, in that first break.
Yeah.
They've come out and they've done exactly what's been asked of them. Yes, the 2 power play goals. As I said, Tom has been working with Clarkson on the power play, positioning specifically. He's using him, and he's got 2 goals from it.
They had a power play in the first period and did nothing with it at all. I think Tom would have said, look, what do I want out of these power plays? The 2 power plays in the second period, polar opposites, working hard, moving the puck around, and it was Davis and Satek cycling the puck, and then Clarkson in the way of the netminder, screening him and getting in the way. But then when the rebounds came out, he was in a key position to pick up the puck when the netminder's out of position and slot it home. And he did so twice, and very nearly came up with a 3rd goal in that period as well.
He's just doing what he's been told to do. And interestingly, as I mentioned, the Tigers closed the door on the Flames 16 minutes into that period before the Flames had any decent attempt on Rashka in the Telford net.
So now it all falls down to the 3rd period. Is it going to switch momentum back to Guildford? Are Telford going to hang on to it, or are we going to stay tied up? Telford Tigers versus Guildford Flames, live from the Telford Ice Rink. Eyes in, look in as referee Matthews drops the puck, and it's won by Eriksson back in Guildford's end. London sets it up at the back of the net, skates out the puck, passes it down the ice, tick forward. Eriksson back to Campbell, picks it up in the corner, tries to backhand it round. Weaver finishes the hit. Zajac steps up ice, fires it down the ice, goes all the way around the wall. Satek picks it up. Now, Rose.
Well, it's end-to-end stuff, and nobody's standing out at the moment.
No.
It's we've had a period each, and now this one is
Danny Rose
so
headmans it. Davis taps it on.
Play.
Clarkson picks it up, drives down the left side, leans in, shrugs off.
He dumped it in front
Waller.
of the net there, but Casella got to stick to it just to play, put it back into play.
Held in by Oakford, steps up into the slot, across to Clarkson, shoots, goes up into the air, takes a deflection. And there's a high stick, yep. It going up in the air. Guildford high sticked it. But it's nerve-wracking because it can go anywhere, can't it? McKinney backhands it round. Zajac read it well.
It's good on Telford's rink with the rink being quite small as well. Yeah.
Oh, you wouldn't want to play it in Guildford, would you? McKinney comes in with a late hit, and you see there's a bit of a pile in there now, and there's fisticuffs in the corner. That was a late hit by McKinney, and Telford weren't standing for that. You can see Sam Zajac on our monitor there.
Well, they were
just
all
chirping in McKinney's direction.
They were all in there apart from Phillips.
Oh, and Clarkson's held up there. They tried one too much, and Corralje said, nope, send it down into the end zone. Weaver
couldn't get hold of the puck.
Carries it through. Around. Davis backjacks in, and Guildford do what they need to just dump the puck down the ice to kill that penalty off. 20 seconds left on Andy McKinney's boarding penalty for the Guildford Flames. Puck goes up the ice. Weaver, the head man, puts it across. Plant reaches for it, and that was almost put in the back of the net by the Guildford Flame player. Tried to pull the puck out of the front of the slot area in front of his netminder and sent it trickling towards it, deflected out.
Here it is.
Plant in front, Clarkson shoots.
How did he miss that one?
And the net comes off as well as the netminder's back foot goes across, and as you say, it came right through to the slot. It went for the high bit.
Well, he put that one way, way over the top from in front of the net. That was a golden opportunity then.
And I thought Doug Clarkson should have buried that one, really.
Well, he gave it some power, and he had to get
Davis.
the shot away. Power plays.
Clarkson comes across the front once again. Gets pushed by the Guildford Flames into the corner. Plant in the slot. Backhands it round to Davis on the back post. You heard him spin and you heard his stick hit the post, but he didn't connect with the puck, and now Corralje sends it back into the corner, and a good work rate coming from the Guildford Flames. And you can't take anything away from how Guildford have successfully killed two penalties in the past 5 minutes,
Absolutely
Alan.
not. It's absolutely textbook defending from the Guildford Flames.
Dumps it corner to goal. Do you know what I'd do now if I was Tom Watkins? Send the young kids out. Yeah. Send the quick line out to break them down. Yeah. He's line matched and it's worked well, but the fresh feet of like Taylor and Hayward could really spice this up again now, and I'd really like to see those young guys from Telford pick up a goal and change the direction of this game, which at the moment seems very 50 lockout. Oakford steps up, hits the blue line, shoots, it bobbles over. Couple of feet clearly over the crossbar. Shot comes in from Warren Tate. Cross ice. Well, Zajac holds it up. Stick handles. Dumps it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kalina. And we have a tied game. 2-2 with the Telford Tigers and Guildford Flames. So now we go on to 5 minutes sudden death overtime. You're in for some exciting 3-on-3 action from the Telford ice rink as the Telford Tigers take on the Guildford Flames. The first period, 2-2 to the Guildford Flames. Sorry, 2-0 to the Guildford Flames. Second period, 2-0 to the Tigers. Third period, no scorer. Both teams have pretty much read the other team well and sort of locked them out strategically through this third period. There hasn't been nobody's gone off the boil. It's been very intense. It's been end-to-end. It's been structured play. Guildford have held the possession. Telford probably a few more shots.
It's been a strategic game, and you mentioned the word chess earlier on. That's exactly what we've seen, you know.
Between the coaches.
Yeah, between the coaches. As you say, Guildford had the
both coming out of Durham, of course, Tom Watkins and Paul Dixon, albeit Paul a couple of years before Tommy.
Yeah.
He'll thank me for that. But he's got more hair. That's fine. Well, the referee signals to the
I've looked forward to this
goal
judges. It's my first one being here. I missed the last one.
And the puck drops on overtime. It's the golden goal. The first goal's the winner. Weaver gets the puck from Zajac. Zajac's pushing up front. Back to Davis. Davis powers through. Weaver holds the slot. Puck comes back out to Duggan. Duggan breaks some time. Got a bit of space. Walks in. Fakes the shot. Leans on the backhand, looks for the pass across. Davis intercepts. Duggan up to the high slot. Campbell walks across the high area, goes across. Shot comes in from Kevin Phillips, and Rashka hangs on to the puck.
Has Sam Zajac been off yet?
Yeah, but briefly.
He puts some hours in, doesn't he?
He does, Zajac,
this is
peddling round. Davis is back out. Davis, great hands. Pulling it away from Phillips, but now Phillips gets the sit check. It runs on to McKinney. McKinney's on the break. Does he get hauled down? If he does, it's a penalty shot. It's in overtime. It's got to be a penalty shot.
Yes,
and it is. Andy McKinney gets a penalty shot.
Here we go.
McKinney picks up the puck. Rashka backs off with him. McKinney shoots and skies it over the top. So now the face-off in the end zone, and the sudden death overtime continues. There is still 2 minutes and 20 seconds of overtime. Now the netminder's skating out to play the puck forward, and that means he's out of position. McEwen picks up the puck, carries it forward, turnover from Campbell. Campbell drives on the left side, McEwen gives it a pull, Campbell cuts across, the puck dribbles off, and then Duggan gets a shot, and Rashka hangs on to it. And now Davis drives, Sajac's backing him up, Davis shoots, and it was saved by Casella, deflecting the puck into the boards. Now Phillips is coming back the other way. The momentum of the end-to-end hockey here at the Telford Ice Rink is unprecedented. Flicked out now, Dan Scott.
He's got to have a shot.
Zajac carries it up, pushes wide, pulls Duggan back, and we finish with a tied game, 2-2. Everything in that overtime, so now it goes to a penalty shootout, Alan.
And you can hear the crowd, obviously.
Karalja walks in, slow motion, shoots wide! He shot it wide! Now, Kalina carries it in, fakes, shoots, goes to the backhand, and he held to the post.
That was another awful shot, yeah.
Eriksson. He's probably going to score now after what I said about him pulling faces at the officials.
He's coming
he carries
wide,
it, pulls
very,
it wide.
Very wide. Round the puck,
Rashka holds it, walks in, shoots. Rashka saves it.
Rashka.
Good save by Andre Rashka. Silverthorne skates up. The fans chanting his name. Shoots!
And shoots wide
and high.
Absolutely not good enough.
He was looking to pick that little bit of area above the netminder's right shoulder. Duggan skates up, takes it on the backhand, swings to the left, pulls it in, fakes, backhand, tips it. Matty Davis. Can he be the man of the moment?
You'd bet on Matty Davis scoring.
Walks down the middle, shoots and scores in the top left-hand corner, giving the penalty shootout win to the Telford Tigers. Matty Davis beats Karalja to the top left-hand corner. Penalty shot goal, giving the Telford Tigers the extra point. An awesome game.
So, Guildford started well in that first period, getting 2 goals up on you. What did you say to the boys in the dressing room at the end of that first period?
I actually think we started well the first 5 minutes, and then made a couple of little errors, and they were able to get on top on a couple of half chances, really. I don't know, I think we just said do the basics, you know, and turn up the tempo a little bit. They were a few bodies short, you know, we had that depth, and I really like the way we played. A lot of grit in there, a lot of physicality at times along the walls and winning those battles, and just doing simple things well.
Second period, you got those 2 goals, it tied it up, and then let's just talk about the way that game ended. You've got the overtime, McKinney's awarded a penalty shot.
It's just exciting, isn't it? Baz is sat here saying he wants to play, wants to see 3-on-3 constant. You know, get rid of 5-on-5 hockey and just play 3-on-3. It's an emotional roller coaster, but it's so much fun for the fans. And the noise in here tonight when Matty went through on his first breakaway was something I haven't heard in a long time in this building. So no, tonight was really good attendance from our fans, really good support. You know, it's middle of the week. It's great to see so many people supporting the boys, and I think they deserve it.
On the road a couple of games next weekend, and then the weekend after, back facing Milton Keynes again.
Yeah, tonight's the start of a bit of a tough slog, but you know, good teams found a way, and we found a way tonight, and we've got to make sure that we keep this train rolling coming into the weekend and into the near future.
So that game had everything to offer here at the Telford Ice Rink. The Telford Tigers winning on an overtime penalty shootout. Next week, the Tigers take on top of the table Milton Keynes Lightning. You won't miss a hit right here on Made in Birmingham. Silverthorne off the boards, gets the break, goes with it. Silverthorne puts it onto the back post. Zajac puts it into the back post, and it goes forward from Macaulay Haywood, having the right hand over the top, throwing it in, and Miller's going toe to toe, and he's got 3 or 4 headshots, and then drags him down. Still has it. Zabo being sort of marked out the game by Tom, and the shot comes from forward now. Babrea with plans. Babrea walks in, shoots,
and he picks up his own rebound and
Zabo, and he's not happy about that. It was a late hit to hit from behind, and you see the players